Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my Sephora Vib sale haul, and I have a lot of stuff to go over with you guys on what I purchased during the haul. I went a little bit ham this time around, and I think all the things I had been adding to my loves list on things I had been trying to do better on, I ended up purchasing a ton of stuff and condensing my loves list so much. So I have got not one bag, heavy bag mind you, but two heavy bags to go through of all the products that I picked up, and there is going to be another haul next week as well for the other products that I didn't pick up with this group of stuff. So be on the lookout for that. There will be a part 2 to this, but let's just go ahead and jump right into these bags so that you know what I picked up, because I know my favorite video to watch on YouTube is a good Sephora haul. So if you are the same way, then I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get started. Okay, let's start off with a couple of products that couldn't fit in the bags. So first off, now I'm going to disclose that all of this is a combination not only of in-store purchases, but also online purchases, because there are some things that are just not available in the store. And so one of the items I picked up was the Shiseido facial cotton pack. This is the large pack. What's so funny is a few years ago, I used to be the person that when I would watch people's Sephora hauls, I'd be like, gosh, that is so just bougie to have to pay $10, now they're $12, for these like cotton swabs or these cotton pads. Well, anyways, that was then, this is now. I have been using these for a couple of years now, and they are life-changing. So these are so soft, and they really are worth it. It may not seem like it if you're not a fan, if you haven't used them, or if it doesn't seem very significant. These are so good, and once you use them, you will not want to go back to using your little cotton rounds from the grocery store. They are very, very different. So the next thing I picked up, you're going to see quite a few things from my wish list video, but I did pick up the Sol de Janeiro Samba Mama set. This particular scent I wanted because I only have the Boom Boom cream, or the Boom Boom scent. I had not picked anything up in this scent, and it smells so good. I've also heard people say that they feel like it smells like the buttered popcorn Jelly Belly. When my husband smelled it, he said it smells like a toasted marshmallow something or other. I think it smells delicious, and I'm super excited to use this. So this is a set that comes with 3 different products. So it has the full size of the body mist, it has the travel size of the cream, which I have this same size in the Boom Boom cream, and then it has, I think this is a full size of the hand cream, which I can take or leave, but it does come with it. I want to say it was $42 for the set, which minus the 20%, I think makes it a really great deal, and I love the scent. I'm so excited to put this to use. Okay, I'm not even going to go in any particular order. I'm not going to divide this out among skincare and makeup and hair care. I didn't do a whole lot of hair care, just a couple of things. But I'm just going to grab out of here, and some of these are repurchases because I was pretty much out. If you watched my empties video, then you know that I was out of a few things. One of them being my Supergoop Everyday Sunscreen. This has been life-changing for me. So I have not been able to use a different morning moisturizer or SPF because this just leaves my skin so glowy and healthy looking. It feels so moisturized, and it is SPF 50. I think it's also a pretty decent price point. I think this was $32, and this will last me about a year and a quarter or so. And I know sunscreen starts to kind of go bad after about a year, so that is pretty perfect. I also picked up a new Beauty Blender Solid. I had asked y'all in my wish list if y'all thought the liquid was worth trying out, because I've only ever used the solid and it does a fantastic job. All of y'all had said, no, stay with the solid, don't use the liquid. So I just picked up another one of those. Nothing cleans my brushes quite like this does. I did also pick up the Henrickson Banana Bright Face Primer. This has been all over, and I figured I would jump on this bandwagon and be a follower and grab this as well. You're going to see this in a get ready with me towards the end of this week. I will post that, but I did use that, this primer during that video, so I picked that up. Let's see. Along the same lines of the Banana Bright, I was due for an eye cream. My Laneige eye sleeping mask, or something along those lines, is about to run out. I've probably got a day or 2 left worth of product in there, so I went ahead and picked up the Banana Bright eye cream, and I will be using this as my night eye cream. I've heard amazing things about it. Oh, it's not open. Okay. And so yeah, I figured, well, I like to try things like change it up, and so I figured, okay, now's the time to do it. So I did pick that up as well. Let's see. This particular product will be going back. I have eyelashes on it because I cut them this morning. But I did pick up a different shade in the hopes that, this is so annoying. I cut my eyelashes this morning and look, this is where they ended up. This shade is too deep for me. And what's crazy is the description on the Sephora app had said this was for light to light medium. No. Yes. Light medium, light to light medium. Something like that. Anyways, this is Siren. It's the Marc Jacobs Accomplice powder, and I picked up Siren based on the description, and it was way too deep. So I have since reordered the lightest shade in the hopes that it is suitable. Here's what it looks like. It is very, very peachy. So if you are a light to light medium skin tone, just be careful because the shades seem to run a little deeper than what they say. This is very soft. I don't think I have touched a setting powder or a touching up powder that has been this soft, and I have to say it does give you a very healthy glow. It has a little bit of like micro fine particles to it that kind of look, I don't want to say sparkly because that turns a lot of people off, but kind of. And so I did like it, but it's just a little too deep for me, and you could tell it was making my foundation look a little deeper than what I needed it to. So I did pick that up, but I will be sending this one back because it's just a little too deep, and hopefully that other shade works a little better. The next item is a repurchase because I have about this much left. It is the Living Proof Restore Smooth Blowout Concentrate. Every single day, I flat iron the roots of my hair because they are just so kinky. I have very curly hair. This is actually the natural curl with just some mousse thrown in it, but I typically flat iron the roots because if not, it is going all over the place. And nothing has helped my hair like have like that heat resistance or a heat protection than this. It also increases like the speed of my being able to style my hair or flat iron my hair, and that it does have that claim. It says cuts blow dry time. I don't really blow dry, I flat iron, but I find that it's just so much easier to be able to smooth out the hair when I use this. So I knew I had to repurchase, and at regular price it's $28, which I don't think is a bad price point, but then when you add the discount it makes it even better. Okay, on the area of hair care, I did pick up the Briogio B.Well Organic and Cold Pressed 100% Castor Oil. I have heard that cold pressed is in its truest and best form. I don't know a whole lot about castor oil, and I do know that it's very good for you, but as far as the benefits of it being cold pressed, that is just what I have heard and read. You can use this for your hair, brows, lashes, and skin. So this pulls all kinds of duty. And let's see, if you're going to use it for your hair, you're going to use it in your scalp or on your hairline. And so I have used it a couple of times and I think I really like it. It comes in a really cute purple plastic bottle. It's really hefty and heavy duty, and I think this was probably like $26 minus the discount as well, and I think I'm really going to enjoy using that. For also Briogio, this was kind of a back and forth for me. I was like, oh yes, I have to have that. This is limited edition. Who knew they had come out with something like this? And then I started reading the reviews that people's little nozzle is getting clogged. That turned me off, and I removed it from my loves list. Then I started seeing it like in people's videos and stuff, and I saw Raw Beauty Christie use it in one of her last videos, and I was like, okay, let me add it back into my loves list. It's the Briogio Sea Goddess Hair and Body Shimmer Mist. So the interesting thing about this shimmer is that it is environmental friendly because it kind of breaks down and it's not that plasticky type of shimmer or glitter, and it is really pretty. So I'm thinking it is worth the clogged spray or the clogged nozzle because worst case scenario you just buy a bigger one for it. So I've heard it smells delicious. I have not used it yet. You can use it on your hair. You can also use it on your body, kind of like a whole festival vibe type thing. So it was the last one in store and I was really happy to be able to pick that up. Okay, the next thing I picked up is also a repurchase. If you've been watching my last few videos, you know that I had ran out of my Fenty foundation, and that is one of my top 3 foundations. I love that one. I can't get enough, and I am in the shade 185. It used to be 190, but it is the light medium neutral, and ever since they extended their shade range, they changed it from 190 to 185. So I just picked up a new bottle of this. And I'm really happy to have this back because I've been about a week without it. I threw out my last empty bottle, and so now I can continue using my Fenty foundation. It's pretty perfect timing as far as the sale goes. Along the same lines of Fenty, I did want to pick up one or two of these Stunna lip paints. I do have the red, which was the original one she came out with, and then she has been coming out with more, and I had not picked up any of her additional shades. So in this haul, I picked up Unlocked, which is the bright pink shade. In the next haul, you're going to see another shade that I really did want to pick up. So this particular one, the crazy thing is the stock photos show it to be a little brighter than what it is. In person, it's a little bit deeper. It's not like as neon as it appeared in the picture, but that is what that one looks like. And I will give you a real quick swatch, but these are so pretty, and I feel like for the price point, this packaging is very, very, I don't know if luxurious is the word, kind of. You know how, what was it, Louboutin that was coming out with all of those like nail polishes and stuff in this type of packaging, and they were super expensive? That's what it reminds me of. And so for the price point, I think the packaging is really, really nice. Here is what this shade looks like, and again, it is in the shade Unlocked. And this formula, if you have very dry lips, this formula is the best as far as not making your lips look pruny and dried out. It's a really amazing formula. It stays on for a long time, and I love it. I just don't wear reds as much as I would like to, so the other one that I have doesn't get used as often. But when I wear a red, it is that Stunna lip paint. Okay, also picked up the Glow Recipe Pineapple C Bright Serum. So I have since used so I've used several products by the brand. I've used the avocado sleeping mask. I used about a fourth to a half of it, and I just was not seeing that it was doing anything for me, so I passed that one down to my mom. As far as the watermelon glow, I love that overnight sleeping mask and the lotion. I think those are amazing. It makes my skin just very healthy, very soft, so those were a hit for me. And then the watermelon glow spray I like very much. I use it a little more sparingly because it's so fine that you use a lot of it, and it's kind of expensive for what it is for being a spray, especially like compared to all of the other sprays out there. So I think I might need to get some scissors to open this up. Hang on, because it's got a seal on it. There we go. So this is the serum that comes in the little pineapple jar. It's so cute. And what's funny is that I had bought this and was so excited about it, and then Kathleen Lights posted a video that like this is one of her monthly favorites, but she said it smells like dog pee. So I'm like, oh great. I don't want to walk around with a face smelling like dog pee, but then again, different people smell different things, and maybe to me it won't smell like that, who knows. But now that it's in my mind, maybe it will. Looks like a little pineapple. It's so cute, and yeah, Kathleen Lights was raving about it. I purchased mine before I had seen that video, so I was actually really happy to see that she liked it. So we'll see if it works for me. You know, different skin types and that kind of thing, you never know. These next two items are products that I had featured in my new makeup releases. Am I gonna, you know, get it? Do I really need it? And I have strayed away from buying like single products just because I like eyeshadow palettes. I like a one-stop shop. I like where I have everything in one place, and then my single eyeshadows tend to get neglected because I don't reach for them as often. But I did end up picking up two of the Too Faced Crystal Whips eyeshadows. These were the two that stood out the most to me. When I swatched all of them in store, I wasn't really impressed, but these two did stand out. So I picked up the shade Pop the Bubbly and Tap That. Pop the Bubbly is like a champagne sparkly type shade. It can get very sheer, so I like to go in with a couple of layers. You're also going to see that in my Get Ready With Me with this product later on this week. But once you add another layer, it ends up looking very pretty, very metallic. And it's got like the sparkle is very multi-dimensional, so it ends up looking really nice. I don't know how to describe it except for that. It's not a chunky glitter or anything like that. It's very, you can't even tell that it has sparkle just because that's how smooth it is. And I think this packaging is so pretty. They are kind of pricey. They're $22 each. And I'd be so frustrated if they one day hit TJ Maxx. The other shade is called Tap That, and it is the brown chocolatey type shade. This is so hard to open. The other one wasn't that hard when it was new. But this one is a very rich chocolatey brown. It's very moussey, feels like kind of like souffle or something. It is very rich as far as pigmentation and just in consistency, and it's got like kind of a reddish type of sparkle. It's very, very pretty as well. So that's what that one looks like there. I have not yet tried this one on the eye, so we'll see. More to come on that. However, Pop the Bubbly does end up looking very pretty. Okay, a couple other things from this bag. Again, if you watched my wish list video, you know I wanted the Glam Glow Good in Bed lotion, night lotion or night cream. I had a like deluxe size of this from a beauty offer, one of my orders or whatever, and I finished every last drop. And when I go to wash my face the next morning, my skin feels so soft, and no other cream has really made my skin ever feel that soft. And so I figured I have to pick this up. I really do enjoy a lot of Glam Glow's products, especially as it relates to their skincare, not necessarily their masks. I love their masks too, but as far as their like creams and stuff, I really do enjoy their products. They just work well for my skin. So I did pick this up. It smells so good. Let's see, it is, just so you know, it's passion fruit softening night cream. And it's supposed to have like pomegranate and I forget what else, but this was definitely on my list for this sale. Let's see, last thing in this bag, and then we'll move on to the next, is the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo. It's a matte and shimmer version. You've probably already seen this. It's been all over the internet. If you watch Mel Thompson, you know that she had said this looks and feels like a bar of soap, and that she's the first person I thought of when I pulled this out of the box, because it so looks like a bar of ivory soap or something, and it's super smooth, so it kind of has that feel too, which is kind of weird almost. I don't know if I'm crazy about that. Here's the inside, and it's pretty, but I don't know that I was as taken aback by it as I thought I was going to be. Now, the matte side, I bought it more because of this side. You guys know I love a good sheen product, but what's funny is the matte side for me tends to work better and look better. This is in the shade Soft Peach. It is pretty. I don't know what I think about it yet. Here's the shimmery side. I am wearing it on my face today. I'm actually wearing a lot of these new products on my face. So I am wearing as my blush the shimmery side. In my Get Ready With Me later this week, you will see that I use the matte side, and then I kind of top it with the shimmer. And I think I have found that I like the matte side better. I don't know. But here is what Soft Peach looks like right there. And this is an I don't know. I so far have been very, very impressed by like first impressions on most of these products. This is one that not so much, and so we'll see how that works out if I, end up loving it or not. So let's move on to the next bag, shall we? Okay, so there is nothing better than when the sale is going on and something that's been out of stock for forever comes back into stock, and two, brands release their new products during the sale. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure they don't even know the sale's gonna happen like at the time they plan their launch. For example, the Natasha Denona tan, so they've got the Bloom palette, but they're also releasing now a tan palette with like, it's not blush and glow, it's something like bronze and glow. And so it was supposed to be released on May 3rd, which was smack dab in the middle of the sale. Well, that changed while we were in the sale. It changed to May 3rd. It changed to May 17th, and I was like, well, that's kind of convenient. I don't know what all goes into that planning. It may not even be that, but anyways. So I just think it's nice when something comes back into stock or gets released as a new product when we're in the middle of the sale, because then you can take advantage of that discount. So one of the items that had sold out and was like super fast and then was sold out for the longest time was the Violet Voss Sugar Crystals palette. Now, I was kind of on the fence about this one just because Violet Voss can be very hit or miss for me. There are some things I love from the brand. There's some things I just really don't care for, and I already know I'm not going to pick that up. So I do like a lot of brights and a lot of colors in my eyeshadow. I also love a lot of metallics. So I figured, okay, once I saw it come back in the stock, I got the email. I went and I watched a couple of videos, and people seemed to be loving it. Now, I will say, I am a packaging type of girl. I can get sucked in by the packaging even if the inside is no good. I will love it because of the packaging. And to me, this packaging is so, I don't know, it's nothing special. It's actually, I think, kind of ugly, like the lettering and stuff. I'm just not a fan. I will also say I did not realize it's made in China. And so I've kind of been learning a little bit more about like the cruelty-free side of things. And when things are made in China, it's my understanding that then they test on animals like dogs. And I, you know, I used to have a beagle, and of course, I love it when brands are cruelty-free because beagles are the highest or the most tested on animal just because they're so docile and they're so trusting. So I don't know. I guess I didn't realize it was made in China, and I'm kind of bummed. And I'm guessing now that I think about it, maybe Violet Voss is not a cruelty-free brand. Anyways, so that was kind of a bummer. The packaging feels kind of cheap. And so when I started swatching it, I was like, okay, I don't think this is blowing my socks off like I thought it was going to. But then I used it today. It's what I have on, and I was like, why is this performing so well? I was very underwhelmed by the packaging and the way this was swatching. And now, of course, that I put it on my eye, now I seem to be really liking it. But that's what that looks like right there. And so more to come on it, but I don't know. So far it's been working for me. So we'll see. I don't even think it's that expensive. I want to say it was like $42 minus the discount. So it ended up being like in the 30s, which is kind of nice for an eyeshadow palette. But I'm still super underwhelmed by the packaging. I think that could have been better. And yeah, anyways, so that is that. Let's go ahead and move on. It is hot in my room right now. So this is another product that had gone out of stock and came back in, and I was so happy. It's the Dominique Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Babe. I wanted this ever since she released it on her site, but I didn't want to pay shipping for one lipstick. Typically, I do buy her eyeshadow palettes directly from her site, and I avoid the shipping, but, you know, wasn't the case for this. This is the prettiest color. So I hope you can see it. It leans more pink than nude, but it's kind of a pinky nude. And I want to say this one was like 18, and then minus the discount. The shade is so pretty, and hers is like, her liquid lipstick formula is a moussey type of formula that's supposed to like stretch and move with your lips so that it doesn't get cakey and crusty and tight, raisiny, but the shade is beautiful. So if you were contemplating this shade, I do highly recommend it, and the formula really is good. It doesn't dry down like your typical liquid lipstick. I'm okay with that because after I eat, I always like to wipe off and reapply a fresh coat anyways. So next up, I did pick up the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. I just want to know how much revenue is generated with these beauty companies by Jaclyn Hill's videos, because we know it's gotta be a lot. Every time she loves something or recommends something, there we all are on the websites, on Ulta, on Sephora, and this, I've already watched a ton of videos like Sephora hauls. Most people bought this because of Jaclyn Hill's favorites video. I used it in my Get Ready With Me that's going to be going up, and I think I really, really like it. I know a couple of people have said they weren't super crazy about it. I think that for the price point, it was $39, which I didn't think was bad. Yes, it is a little bit more on the pricey side, but I was thinking when people said that this was pricey, I was thinking like $50, $60. So when I saw $39, I thought that's really doable, minus the 20%. It has a citrusy kind of smell. And I like the nozzle. I like how it sprays a little bit more firm. I think because I've gotten so used to the Glow Recipe Ultra Fine one that it's kind of nice to have this change. So I think I really liked it. It seemed to really blend out my powders, and there's something about it that really I did like. So I picked that up. I picked up one of the, I use the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, but I also love the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask, that real thick one. And so they have since come out with a little tub. It's called the Nighttime Lip Therapy with Pomegranate Extract. So I have a feeling it's kind of like the Agave Lip Mask, but in kind of like the Laneige form, as far as that balmy type of form. It does also come in a little pot. It's really nice frosted packaging. It's got the rubber top, and this is what it looks like on the inside. It's got a little spatula, which I appreciate, and then this is what it looks like on the inside. So it smells really good. I do think it's going to be very similar as far as like, I don't know, kind of mirroring the Laneige, but we will see. I did want to pick that up because I do try to care for my lips quite a bit at night. I sleep with my mouth open and it dries out my lips something crazy. So next up, this is always sold out on Sephora's website. So I had tried a little sample when I went in store. I very much liked it. My store had plenty. So given that it's always sold out on the Sephora website, it was sold out at the start of the sale. I purchased this at my store. It's this Youth to the People Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Dream Mask. I find that when I use this, my skin starts looking really healthy. And it also makes it like a little bit easier to apply my makeup, or I don't know, my makeup goes on smoother or something. I feel like the trend now is overnight sleeping masks or overnight masks or whatever. But this is no exception. Here is what it looks like, and it's a very, very rich cream, obviously, because it's an overnight mask. Like, it is a very, very rich cream. It smells pretty good. It's got vitamin C, I don't even know what to tell you, maqui and vitamin C, squalane hyaluronic acid. I might totally be butchering that, but it does say this creamy overnight mask is the ultimate hydrating radiance treatment powered by antioxidant-rich super berries, squalane, and vitamin C. This mask works throughout the night to revive dehydrated skin for a softer, more youthful-looking complexion by morning. So I know there's got to be something to it if I like it. And then every time it comes into stock on Sephora's site, it goes right back out of stock soon after. So it's not, I don't remember how much it was. It might have been $49. I think it was $49 minus the 20%, which is awesome, but that's kind of right around the price point for a mask. And honestly, if it works and it lasts you for a long time, then I think that's a pretty decent price point. So next up, I did love this. I also got a sample when I was in store, finished every last drop, and this is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This is nothing that you haven't seen plastered all over the internet. Tatcha knows how to do luxury right. It smells just like all of their other products. You've already seen this, so I'm pretty much not going to, I'm not going to take you into a whole lot of detail, but basically comes in the little box. And then behind that, you've got the little purple jar. And this thing is not for the faint of heart as far as wanting just a little bit of moisture. This gives you a ton of moisture, and you end up looking so healthy and glowy. It's kind of like the spray, but in cream form. And I really never was super into the spray, so this gives me a amazing option, and I love this cream. So good. Next up was one of those things where I picked up in store and I was like, I'm going to try this out because based on how it swatches, I don't think I'm going to like it. I will buy one, and then if I like it, I will buy another one. And oh my gosh, I think this is my favorite lip product from a very long time. I have not really enjoyed a lip product this much, and I can't even tell you how long. It's what I have on my lips, and this is even like more of a sheer wash of color because I have used it like just freshly twisted up and very rich, and oh my goodness, it's so good. It's the Too Faced Peach Puff Long Wearing Diffused Matte Lip Color. There is something to the fact that there are 5 stars for this, or almost 5 stars for this product on Sephora's website all the time. Now I get it. I see the hype. Here's what it looks like. It doesn't look like anything super exciting. It has like a little cotton puff on the end, and that's why it's called Peach Puff. It is part of their peach lineup, so it does have that fig and peach infused scent. You twist up from here, and your product comes up on the little puff, and then you just go to town like you would a lipstick. Here's the shade I picked up, which is Don't At Me, which I don't even know what that means. I had to ask my husband after I bought it. I was like, so what does this phrase mean exactly? So that's what that looks like. And that is more of a sheer wash of color because I have used the little puff with the product that was on there. I'm not going to twist it up because I'm not going to use any right now. But yeah, it's really all you do. The first time you use it, you have to twist for a long time as you would anything else that needs twisting because getting the product up to the little spongy. The other shade I really wanted was Boy Bye, so you may or may not see that one in my next haul, just because I tried it, I loved it, I went and got it. So the next item that I picked up, I'm just going to disclose, I am really not a fan. I have used it a few times and I'm just like, I just can't. I'm not a fan of brow products on a wand. It's the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. I love the Dip Brow Pomade, but just the gel did not do it for me. I just need to stick with pomades. It's what I know. It's what I love. And just basically, because of the shape of my brow, one is differently shaped than the other. I need the pomade because I need to fill in just a little bit of the skin so that they have an even shape. So I can't do that with this. I tried, it's just too difficult, takes too long. I picked mine up in the shade dark brown. I could see this really working for people with already even shaped brows who are just looking to add something. It is a little more pigmented than your typical brow gel, which is nice. I had seen somebody's Instagram video, I can't remember whose, she had gone in with the soap and kind of, you know, spiked them up a little. They looked good, and then she went in with this, and I was like, that's what prompted me to buy this. I don't even remember who that was, but this was kind of a no-go for me. I feel like I could have passed on this and been fine, but I did pick that up. Let's see, we're down to a few products, guys, I promise. So next up I picked up the Tarte Micellar Magic Makeup Remover and Cleanser. This I knew I already wanted. The day it launched on Tarte's website, I wanted it, but I wanted to wait till it hit Sephora, and then once it did, I was like, we're so close to the sale, I may as well wait. This thing is pretty massive. I don't know if this is the normal size for a micellar water, but it's 6.4 fluid ounces. And it was $18, which I think is a really good price point because this will last me quite some time. This is what the bottle looks like. It's super cute. It's got like the tropical plants on the inside. And then the neat thing, you know, when you go into Sephora and you're gonna clean the makeup off your hand, they have little rounds, and then they have a bottle with a little pump, and you just squeeze the little cotton pad on top and it dispenses the product. This is exactly like that. So it's got the little pump that pumps down, and you just put your little cotton pad on top, pump a few, and it squirts it up into your cotton pad, and then you just remove your makeup. I've heard this is like the lazy way to remove your makeup because it does such a great job. So let's see, it says use this mess-free, no-rinse micellar cleansing water anytime, anywhere. Saturate a cotton pad and apply to skin on the go after a gym sesh or to remove that full face of makeup you worked so hard on. This baby cleanses without stripping your skin or making a mess of your sink. My sink always is a mess because of makeup removal. I have to clean it so often. The times I get lazy and don't want to, I'm like, I can't take this. My sink needs to be cleaned. So I did pick up, this is going to be a long video, one of the Touch in Sol Medalist Sparkling Foiled Pigments. So I wanted two. This is kind of the same story as the Peach Puff. I was like, let me try the one. If I love it, I will then go back and buy the other. So I've tried it. I have loved it. It is so sparkly. It's so pretty. The only disappointment is that the shade I chose is highly similar to one of the shades in my Natasha Denona Gold palette. The only difference is that this one is a little bit lighter in tone and has a ton more sparkle, which you know I'm all about the sparkle. This thing is so good. So if you're looking for something similar to like what is in the Natasha Denona Gold palette, then you need the Medalist pigment in the shade number 4, Sun Aurora. It is the green gold, and it's very, very pretty. And what I love, the little plastic fell out. What I love is that what I did, I put just one shade in my crease. I put this all over my lid, and I was done. It looked like such a good look with minimal effort because these are already so, they stand out so much that you can just pretty much get away with doing that and you're good to go. The other shade I may or may not have already picked up that will be in the next haul is Hollow Mulberry. And those were the two, this one and that one are the ones that I had really had my eyes on. So that is this one right here. You can tell it's super metallic, and it is very, very sparkly as I almost drop this bag of stuff, which would be a catastrophe. So let's move on to a couple other foundations. I know. So I did pick up, it was in my wish list video, the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Foundation. I did use a sample of this and I loved it. I used the whole little sample pot thingy and I loved it. So I knew I wanted to pick it up. I picked mine up in the shade Shell, and that is the light neutral. The light medium neutral was way too dark for my skin tone. So here's what it looks like. Again, you've probably seen this all over Instagram and the internet. So this is what the bottle looks like. It's so pretty. Hourglass just, They're a luxury brand, so they do luxury packaging, and I have already started using it, like it very much, just as I remembered. This next foundation was kind of a last minute, oh yeah, I wanted to try that, and I think this is going to be probably my top foundation, #1 favorite for the time being. It's the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. I picked mine up in the shade 2.5, which is it's pretty comparable to being like a light to light medium neutral. When I first pulled it out of its box, I thought, oh my goodness, this is going to be so deep, a little too yellow, and it's not. It's perfect. It comes like this. If you are used to the MAC Face and Body Foundation, it's a very, very similar packaging. It's very pretty. For being so simple, it's Dior, and they've made it very pretty. You have to shake this foundation, and the only thing I don't like is that literally I had not even used it yet. It was brand new. I shook it so that I could try it out, and literally it got all up in the cap. It started spilling all down here. It's a very messy type of packaging, and I know that that's been everybody's complaint. So what I do now when I'm going to use it is I open it up, I put my finger over the little hole, the little squeezy thingy, and then I shake so that I don't get it all over the cap and stuff. But as far as coverage, it is beautiful. As far as lightweight, I don't feel like there's anything on my skin, and it looks so natural while making me look flawless. This really was one of my favorite purchases from everything I'm showing you. This is definitely worth it. And then I've got 3 other things. So I picked up let me put a few of these things back in their place before I start dropping everything everywhere. Okay, so down to our last 3 products. This was on a lot of people's lists. It is what I'm wearing as my highlight today, and I'm going to tell you that I love it. I will tell you that if I were doing a dazzled or disappointed on this product, it would have gotten a dazzled from me because I love it. This is everything I had wanted the holiday one to be. It's just that that one was a little too gold, a little too deep, and it just didn't last on my skin. A couple hours into the day and it would have already been like faded and just eh. So it comes in your typical Marc Jacobs packaging. It is it's like a creamy vanilla shade is the best way I can describe it. It looks like I don't know if to tell you it's got sparkle, because I feel like I see like super microfine. More than anything, it is metallic, and I love this. Again, it's everything I hoped that one to be, but I am so glad that they came out with this one and right around sale time, so it was perfect. It's very, very creamy, very pigmented, very opaque, so a little bit does go a long way with this highlighter. And I have really, really been enjoying it. So this was definitely a good purchase on my part. I think it was $49 minus the discount, which is kind of nice. So this thing is massive, and it will last me a very long time. Next up, I wanted to buy both of these, and I just couldn't bring myself to buy both of them. So I picked the one that most stood out to me, and it is the NARS Hot Nights Face and Eye Palette. And the thing I liked about this, and the main reason I bought it, quite frankly, because you know I don't buy a ton of neutral palettes. If it has neutrals in it, that's great, but I am not like hardcore for neutrals. I love that this was looking like a super easy on the go, on the run way to do pretty much a full face of makeup, and that's in essence what it has been for me. When I'm in mornings, when I'm running late, when I'm needing something quick, easy, this is what I go to. And the formula of these shadows is so pretty, so blendable. Truly, like, there is nothing I have ever owned to where I can grab a fluffy brush and throw it onto my lid and my crease at the same time and make it just look good. So this is what this one looks like. It's the one that has like the kind of reddish purpley tones, obviously because of those two. It's also got what I think is the deeper of the 2 highlights. It works for my skin tone, and again, I'm a light to light medium. And then this bronzer works perfectly also for my skin tone. So let me just give you a couple of swatches. These are so soft. These shades are just so very soft and easy to use, easy to work with. Like I said, let me give you a highlight swatch. So if they were any less expensive, I would have picked both up, but I just couldn't bring myself to. So I picked this one, and I'm very, very glad I did. I still want the other one, but you know, it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, well, I picked up a whole lot of other stuff, so I gotta take it easy. Last but certainly not least, I think this was on so many people's hauls or wish lists, but I have seen it in a lot of hauls. And you guys knew I was going to pick up the Natasha Denona Biba palette. This is one that I had on my sites as far back as when she released it like a month and a half ago. But when she released it, I wanted it and I was like, oh, we're so close to the sale, I may as well wait. And I'm so glad I did, because there's nothing like, yes, it's a $129 palette, which is so heart-wrenching, but when you can get that $30 off, it makes such a huge difference. So this is what it looks like. Again, not being the type of person that I gravitate towards an all-neutral palette, hers just work for me. They blend easy, they look good when you're trying to do something simple but still look a little more complex. Her shadows or her shades, her formulas just work for me and I love them. So I figured I needed to add this to my collection. I will be using this in my Get Ready With Me later this week, so keep an eye out for that. Love it. Just as I had expected with these shades, they blend themselves. They're uber pigmented, saturated with color, just easy to use and I love them. There's a couple of shades that are like cream formula that are so pretty. Here, let me give you one of the swatches. And this is what it looks like. This is with me hardly even rubbing my finger in there. It's a very pretty metallic creamy formula. And literally, it's not even just creamy formula, it is a cream formula. So that's that one right there. And I am so glad I was able to pick this up during the sale. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of this massive haul. I'm not even kidding when I say this is the biggest haul I have ever done. I purchased more in the last like week and a half than I've purchased in probably like the last year at Sephora combined. It was just kind of nice to be able to grab a whole lot at one time off of my loves list, but it's one of those things where, okay, for the next few months I may need to take it a little more easy. So I hope you enjoyed watching this haul. I hope you enjoyed going through all of the new goodies that I picked up. Before I let you go, I do need to give you the verse of the day. It's just an effort to encourage you and let you know that Jesus loves you so very much. Don't want to push anything down your throat. If you don't want to listen, you're free to click off of this video now. But real quick, just to give you the verse from Psalm 121, 1 and 2, it says, I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Guys, thank you again for joining me for this haul. Stay tuned because part 2 will be coming to you in about a week once I've received everything. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you'll consider subscribing if you're new to my channel so that we can share more of these great makeup moments together. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a good rest of your day. Bye.